Intel's antitrust and patent settlement with Advanced Micro Devices is good news for AMD, which now finds itself $1.25 billion richer, but it is less clear what it does for the general public. Intel has been accused of stifling competition and driving up prices through a wide array of anti-competitive practices which may or may not continue now that Intel has agreed to write a large check. Government agencies that have sued Intel or are considering it should not back away. AMD's suit against Intel, which has been in the works for years, was supposed to be a major antitrust showdown. Instead, AMD has agreed to call off the fireworks for a sum that means a lot more to AMD, whose stock price soared on the news, than to Intel. As part of the deal, Intel also agreed to adhere to some new business practices. Intel is the big gorilla in the microchip industry. 4 out of 5 PCs in the world use its chips, which gives it an enormous amount of market clout that can be misused. Regulators have accused Intel of offering big rebates and co-marketing agreements to induce large computer makers to choose its chips over its competitors' products. Intel's behavior has drawn censure not just in the United States, but internationally. In May, the European Union leveled a $1.45 billion fine on Intel for using illegal anti-competitive practices. The European Union's competition commissioner ordered Intel to change how it does business, including not offering rebates conditional on the purchaser buying less of a competitor's products or not buying them at all. Intel is appealing the European Union ruling. This month, Attorney General Andrew Cuomo of New York filed a sweeping antitrust lawsuit against Intel, focusing in part on Intel payments in PC makers that are allegedly tied to the company's continuing to use Intel products. In announcing the suit, Mr. Cuomo charged Intel with using illegal threats, coercion, fines, and bullying to preserve its stranglehold on the market. Based on what is known so far about the AMD settlement, there is no reason for Cuomo to let up in that lawsuit. The Federal Trade Commission has also been considering opening formal proceedings against Intel. Like Mr. Cuomo's lawsuit, the focus of the FTC investigation should be on what impact Intel's actions have on consumers. Intel and its smaller rival AMD may sell or may well have reached an agreement that is good for both companies, but that does little for computer buyers. Antitrust law can seem like an abstraction, but in the case of computer chips, the impact on ordinary Americans is very real. Chips are significant parts of the cost of new desktop and laptop computers, and the quality of those chips has a big effect on computer performance. If Intel is using its market power to keep prices high and fend off better products, it is consumers and not just competitors like AMD who are the losers. Education Secretary Arne Duncan has been widely held in high regard since he was appointed in January, but no honeymoon lasts forever. Mr. Duncan's reputation came to an abrupt end earlier this week when he issued long-awaited rules that the states must follow to apply for his $4.3 billion discretionary fund, known as the Race to the Top Fund, and the second round of federal financing under the $49 billion federal stimulus package known as the State Fiscal Stabilization Fund. Okay.